Good morning, it's Adam Swain, Deputy Head of Keyboard here. I'm currently taking the dog for a walk, so if I pan round to show you lovely brightness, a beautiful day.
Hello everyone, my name is Wilcox. I'm a final year undergraduate based at the RNCM. So I'm just here to share with you some of my daily routines within this period. So obviously it's still quite early in the morning, so I have to start with coffee. Yes, what we need here. So basically, I'm also the senior resident at the halls, so I'm just helping with some other students who have been staying here or having returned homes to their countries or to their homes in the region, to just helping them to sort of their, some of their belongings and some inquiries with halls and with the college as well.
It's been 38 days since college closed its doors due to COVID-19, which is, jings, it's 5 weeks. Doesn't really feel like it. Time really does fly when you're stuck inside all the time. And so today I'm going to show you a little bit of what my life is like and what I get up to on a daily basis. Today's breakfast of choice is porridge with stewed apples, which you can see is in a smiley face. It's really the small things, the simple things in life that are kind of keeping me going at the moment.
I'm just about to start my commute, okay? So here we're going downstairs, just about to get into the mood for working. Some people up already, that's good. There's Doug the cat, just had his breakfast.
Okay, so it's about 8:30. I'm going to go up and start getting ready for the various meetings. I did say earlier that you can see the halls of residence. If you see where my finger is there, that's where college is. Can't see college, of course. One other thing that anyone living in Manchester will have noticed is just how sunny it's actually been, which has been quite surreal, but it does seem for the last 4 weeks we've had sun nearly every day, so good for the vitamin D at any rate.
We've got quite a busy day planned. I've got about 110 applications for bursary support that I need to assess for next year. Each one of those I've sent in PDFs with supporting evidence, so that's going to be a strain on the eyes, but something that I find really rewarding because it means that we're able to help students continue the studies where maybe they wouldn't have been able to without some financial support. We need to provide some interview feedback to some candidates that we interviewed remotely via Zoom a couple of days ago. That was quite interesting. And then we've also got several Teams meetings that we're going to conduct, which is just a way that we're ensuring that we're keeping into contact with colleagues and students, as well as being over the phone, because it's nice to see that face-to-face interaction as well, albeit via a computer screen. On top of that, the sun's shining, so hopefully we'll have some outside time. Can't wait for that at lunchtime. And I'm also homeschooling 3 beautiful kids. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
That may or may not have already driven me to chocolate for breakfast. Just don't tell the mum.
I'm in lockdown in Shropshire, in the countryside. I'm very lucky to have open fields and a garden. I live with my husband, who's also a professor of English literature, and 2 teenage children, 2 cats and 3 hens. So maybe you'll meet some of them today.
Here I am doing Joe Wick's PE session. The nation's PE teacher, not me, that's him. I've done it in the wrong order. I should have had my breakfast after this, not just before it. Anyway, that's just my excuse.
So like everybody, I am adjusting to a very different pace of work life. Usually my job is very busy and very social. Lots of meetings, attending lots of events and other functions. And now I spend most of my time in this room, or at least that is how it can feel sometimes.
So this morning I obviously got up, got dressed, had breakfast. However, I'm now submitting an assignment which is due this morning, and this assignment was previously a techniques assessment, which it still is, but it was in front of a panel and they would ask you questions and they'd ask you certain specific ones. However, obviously because of lockdown that can't go ahead, so we're having to record ourselves in one take of certain excerpts that they've picked for us to do, and then we have to submit it to YouTube and then send the link in as our assessment. So I am just uploading my assessment right now.
Today is a really exciting day for us. It's the first sessions that we're doing online with students through the summer term. We're doing them through the Zoom platform. So today it is a series of string leadership classes, and they'll be taken by the violin tutor Jim Clark.
Before the next meeting, I'd like to introduce you to our hens. Just before the lockdown, I did something, perhaps it seemed a little reckless, but I rescued some ex-battery hens. This one is Molly, she's growing her feathers back. She was rather henpecked, this one. This one is Nugget, named by my daughter. And this one is Penny, and Penny is top of the pecking order, and she's quite bossy.
We use video quite a lot when we teach conducting. If you think about it, you can't hear yourself because you're not making any sound. You're not playing an instrument, and also you can't see yourself. But you're hoping, at least, that the musicians will respond to what you do physically. And something that I've actually been doing for a couple of years now, but I've been doing a lot more of in the last few weeks, is doing a voiceover, a commentary, recorded as a separate audio track over the top of a video, which the student can then watch back, watching themselves, listening to the orchestra playing, and also hearing some feedback as I give it, going through in real time. So I'm going to do one of those now. So this is a session that we did just actually the week before college closed down, back in the middle of March. Seems like a long time ago now. And we've got Laurent Zoufferet, second year master student, on the screen there, conducting some Brahms too. So I'm going to do a little commentary. So I'll play using video editing software. I'll play the file and record a separate audio track on top of it, mix the audio levels a little bit so that he can hear me nice and clearly, and then upload that to him on Dropbox so that he can watch it from his chalet in Switzerland, where he's hiding out during quarantine.
Hello. Here they are. What are you up to, guys?
We're watching our Vote Cara for President campaign video.
Jasmine's porridge that she has every morning without fail, and Cara and some toast.
Hello, so this is a morning check-in of homeschool. I think my daughter probably doesn't want to appear on camera, but she is going to share her drawings of quadrilaterals, which she spent 5 minutes on, and a picture of her friends, which she spent hours on. One thing I think we can agree all homeschools need is models of tiny rooms for gerbils to roam free in.
Somebody once said to me that Oxford Road was the busiest bus route in Europe. Well, as you can see at the moment, it's pretty dead, isn't it? There's one bus there in the distance and there's very little traffic on it. And here we are, back at college. I miss you, pal. I'll be back soon, I promise.
We're just doing a cello lesson at the moment. We've been talking about Bach and classical nuance in the Schumann cello concerto. Let me introduce you to my student Josh, who's there he is. Hopefully you can see him. Over to you, Josh.
Hello everyone. I'm a second year in another part of Manchester who's enjoying some lessons on Zoom. Hope you're all well.
Good. And funnily enough, we're only 2 miles apart, and if we open the doors and windows and play loud enough, we could probably hear each other rather than use Zoom. But anyway, we'll get on with the lesson now. Okay, Josh, here's a suggested fingering for that bit in the Schumann concerto. That's E to E on all the natural notes. And then...
So it's now the mid-morning and I'm starting my first lot of practice. So I tend to split my practice into 3 or 4 sessions, depending on how much I feel like I can do that day. And I always start off with long notes and studies. So that's what I'm about to go and do.
So we're halfway through the working morning now, just This is our working environment. There are 3 of us working here. I've got the piano here, which is going to be practiced later, and then I sort of work a bit over there, but also a bit on the table. We've also got the boss, of course, that's the dog, and she's down there just having a bit of a... Well, she's not totally busy at the moment, but she can get busy. And that could interrupt some of our Zoom conference calls, but not at the moment. And that's a good thing, because I'm on one as we speak. I've just dropped out for a little bit. Here we can see there's the keyboard department having their weekly chat forum, which is a new idea. Got some students and staff there. We're going to run these through the term, and that's a good thing, we feel, to keep us in touch with the community. Okay, more later.
During term time, it's really great to live here at Sir Charles Groves Hall, because you're the building right next to the college, and there's a really great sense of community here. And despite the fact that a lot of people have gone home, there are far fewer people here. You can still hear people practicing, and I really love that. There's a clarinetist who maybe you can hear. Can you hear that? And there's a bassoonist at the moment. So the clarinetist has been working on some stuff from Rachmaninoff's Second Symphony. There's a trombonist who's been working on the tuba medium from Mozart's Requiem. And they've also been playing some of Berlioz's Symphonie Fantastique. And then there's also the bassoonist who likes to play the opening of the overture to the Marriage of Figaro when they warm up. So I feel like I'm starting to get to know my neighbours even better, even though I have no idea who they are, and I may never do.
Yes, so we had the EQC meeting this morning. It lasted just over an hour. That all went very well. I've since been handling a lot of correspondence in the last hour, emails, various students, also heads of schools. We're currently discussing the proposals for alternative final recital assessments, which we'll be sending out tomorrow. So there's a lot of communication going on. I'm just about to have a Skype lesson now with an undergraduate student, Lucy Fairmond, who is taking the compositional elective, and part of what the students have to do in that particular elective is they need to respond to the feedback that I'm giving. So I'm just going to call Lucy now. She knows that this call is coming. I have the music there, and then obviously I'll be talking to Lucy here. Hi Lucy. Hi, you're on camera over there. So thanks very much for sending that. We'll talk about this now, and I'll say bye to the camera now, and I'll see you later.
We're going to just catch up with my team, and I should already be in it actually. We arranged a little coffee morning, a little get together, just to see how everyone's going, everyone's coping, if anybody needs anything at all. So you can probably laugh at me now trying to join this. So there's Adam. Hello. Adam Croucher, hi. And Dan Bennett out in the garden as well. Nice to see.
I'm very pleased to see you. We've both made an effort for this Zoom call this morning.
Absolutely. Well, I've had to since I've got Zoom.
Thank you very much, because you made a very generous donation to the appeal that we're doing for student hardship, and that was much appreciated. So thank you very much for doing that.
Well, these kids all need support. They're all short of money. How they find 9,000 a year for 4 years for a basic course, I'll never know. Plus their accommodation and plus their travel. And we're none of us spending money on tickets at the moment, which we would very happily spend if we were going to things. So I feel, the least one can do is put it into the student fund and try and keep them going. It's hard.
Well, it was much appreciated, and it will mean a lot to the students, so thank you again.
printed, isn't it? Faites-lui mes aveux, faites-lui mes aveux. Just sing me unaccompanied.
Faites-lui mes aveux.
Do it again, didn't quite hear.
Faites-lui mes aveux.
So, faites-lui mes aveux. Just make it a bit neater now, sorry.
Okay. Faites-lui mes aveux.
Yeah. Prefer that. Sorry, having said bend the text, it felt better to be really rhythmical.
Okay.
Oh,
One really nice job is talking to some of our alumni, especially at the moment. I think it's just really important for our community to kind of come together and share their stories and share their experiences. So if you are an alum of the RNCM, we'd love to hear from you. Please update your email address and we'd love to get in touch.
We're just about to do a Les Mills workout. I love it, I'm absolutely addicted. So here we are.
So, what did you guys think?
Absolutely exhausting. Really hard.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Was it the hardest one?
Ready for the day now.
You all being good, guys? Yeah. So we're really lucky in that we've got a good garden the kids can play on. They made scarecrows yesterday dinner time too, to apparently keep the birds away. But it looks like, at least for now, they're being as good as gold. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so that's enough talking about music for a while. So let's go for a little look outside. I wouldn't say that I was a keen gardener especially, but I've been trying to grow a few things. So we've got some mint there, which is going pretty well. That looks pretty good. So everything is growing pretty well, except there's one thing that's sort of diminishing rather than increasing, and that's in here, the wine.
So we've just finished lunch, and because my wife is working and she's teaching all afternoon, I'm going to take my two boys, Simon and Daniel, and we're going to go to the park. I'm going to have a bit of exercise and maybe play a bit of basketball.
Okay, Adam Swain checking in. It's 3 o'clock, and I've marked a lot of essays so far today, but now it's time to do some practice. And well, I've got to admit, practice has felt a little strange because for the first time in maybe 20 years, I don't have the imminent panic of a forthcoming concert or a deadline to meet. I was supposed to be on tour with Manchester Collective at the moment. That's not happening. A few other things down the road have been cancelled or postponed. Well, I'm harnessing this window for positive purposes, and I'm getting ahead with my note learning. I've got a concerto next year that I'm excited about because I did the edition. It's an old piece, but it's going to be the first time it's ever going to be heard. It's by Ferdinand Ries. It's the original version of his first ever concerto, and it's got a lot of youthful vigour and spirit and positive energy, which I'm harnessing. Very jolly. It's helping me keep my spirits nice and high.
My concern is that when we come out the other side of this, or whichever orchestra has managed to survive financially, will be producing very small programmes, quite rightly, with their core group of players and looking after them, and that the freelance world's going to take a long time to recover from this. On the plus side, there are new projects that are coming up, and Joby Burgess, a percussionist based down in London, has launched a virtual marimba choir, which quite a few of us are going to be taking part in. I'm doing it myself, and I've recommended it to all my students at RNCM, Junior RNCM and Cheatham's. So the idea is you follow a recording of Joby online conducting and send your files up, upload your files online, and then he'll take them all and turn them into a virtual marimba choir, and that will be broadcast. So it's lovely to have that project to work on too, and I'm going to have a look at the files for that in a minute.
Just catching up with some more emails. I often work here in the afternoon. It's a great place to catch some sun and get some work done.
So it's about 3 in the afternoon, so it's a bit later, and I'm just outside enjoying the sun, making some reeds, which is any oboist struggle in life, and it happens every day, otherwise don't have anything to play on. But this is my little view. So nice. So I'm about to go for my daily exercise, and today I'm going to be going for a run, so I thought I'd bring you along and show you a little bit of where I live.
So I think it's really important to find some really beautiful places to walk around when you're stuck in lockdown, so you can see that we found something quite special here.
So it's now 5 o'clock. We've been working since after lunch on our upcoming projects with all the deadlines coming up. Here's our workstation. Hello.
Every day about 5 PM, Pascal and I come out to the courtyard in Sir Charles Groves Hall to do some skipping. It's a great way for us to keep fit, and we're staying within our garden, so it's all good in lockdown. And we've been working on some trick jumps. Oh, I did it! I made it! Yes!
Back at my composition desk now, getting a little bit of work done at the end of the day. I managed to get a 15-minute bit of writing done earlier, but otherwise it's been pretty full on today. On a very busy lecturing day, quite often what I do is I'll get up even earlier than 6, sometimes at 4 o'clock, because there's nothing like that 2-hour stretch of time in the morning when there's absolutely no way you can be disturbed. But at the moment things being quite hectic, I take whatever time I can.
So I think one of the things that I'm finding most strange about these days is the fact that every day is the same. I'm so used to having rehearsals or concerts in the evenings, to be maybe free in the morning but working in the afternoon or the evening, or working all day, or maybe working at the weekends and then having Monday afternoon off, or something like that. It's one of the things I enjoy most about being a musician, actually. So it's really strange just feeling that you almost have like a 9 to 5 job, or maybe 10 to 6 might be a bit more appropriate. But I guess if it was, well, it's about 6:15, 20 past 6 now, so I guess if I was just finishing work at the RNCM, I'd probably stop off at the bar on my way out of the building, and I hope that before too much longer we'll all be able to meet in the bar and have an actual pint drawn from a barrel, and a good chat face to face. But for now, stay safe, and hope to see everybody soon.
We're now going to meet my son Tom, who's a junior RNCM student. He plays double bass and he studies with Griffith. He's going to play a little bit of Piazzolla's Quicho. Enjoy.
So this is me signing off from RNCM work for the evening. It's been a busy day, but a really productive one, and I'm really pleased that we've managed to start summer term activities for orchestras and ensembles, and I'm looking forward to all the plans that we've got over the next few weeks. Once I've switched off my computer, I'm really looking forward to the fact that I've got a 5-second commute home and I can start my evening.
So this is me out for my evening walk in lovely Alexandra Park in Whalley Range, and we're listening to Martin Freeman, Desert Island Discs replay. And interestingly, he's just picked Henry Purcell's Dido and Aeneas. Sorry, I'm going cross country, this is a bit... anyway, it was being sung by our very own Lynn Dawson, so that was a bizarre but very lovely twist. It's either Desert Island Discs, or if I've had a really bad day, In Our Time. Doesn't matter what Melvin Bragg is saying, it's just very calming. On better days it's music, so yesterday I was listening to the new Fiona Apple album, but today it's been a bit of a frustrating day with the tech, so I thought I needed a bit of Desert Island Discs, so that's been very nice. I'm going to have my walk at 6:15, do this and then head home and get ready to clap for the NHS. So that's me for the day. Bye.
Okay, so it's just about 8 o'clock. We're going to go out and we're going to clap for the NHS. The first time this happened here, it was amazing. So everyone will come out on their balconies. There I go.